Assassin's Creed 3 on the Xbox One, playing it, giving a bit of a quick review on the game, as it's one of the games with gold. So it's one of the free games for this month for June. So we're just checking it out, giving a bit of a review, seeing if it's worth buying or whatnot. And while I'm talking to you about the game story and all that, I'm going to be just running around killing people and doing forts. So yeah, hope you enjoy. If you like the video, hit the like. If you want to see more, subscribe. And always feel free to give me comment and feedback on my review videos, because this is a new series and I would love to know more of how I can improve. Anyway, all that being said, let us get into Assassin's Creed 3. So, what is the story behind this game? Effectively, the story behind this game is you play as an assassin called Connor Kenway, which is his full name technically, where you go from the journey of being a young lad who is from, by the way, his native background. So he's one of the native people of America, which is pretty cool actually. Ow, dead. And you follow his journey from him from being a small little boy up to when he becomes, a full-fledged assassin and adult. At first, the story is, I guess, somewhat slow because, well, first things first, you gotta, grow up as a young boy and then get to adulthood. But it's a pretty actually cool story. But anyway, his main goal when he becomes an adult is to protect the land and that of his native people, because the Americans are like, or no, British, sorry, are like, hey, we want to steal your land. And he's like, oh, no, not gonna happen. And then he ends up getting stuck in the American Revolution. And which is actually pretty funny, because how they implemented him in the story, it just works. Like, even though, we don't really know if there was an assassin in history, which, from my teachings of history, I don't think there ever was. But anywho, point being is that it's just funny how they incorporate him. So, yeah, he gets involved in the American Revolution, which is really cool. I actually like it how they've done that. It's a nice story and everything that they've done with that. You also play, but you actually don't play as Connor as the full game. You play first as one character, which I'm not going to mention his name, for most people would know who it is, but it might spoil something. So you play as one character, then you become Connor, and then after that you have to play as Desmond as well in sequences. Yes, 3 sequences where you'll just pop out of the Animus and you'll just become him, and then you'll just run around and do Desmond's mandatory missions. But, his objective in present-day time, because they both coincide, what happens in the Revolution will have a co-effect in what happens with the future, is that their main goal is to unlock a First Civilization door, which is quite important to say the least. But the cool thing about being Desmond this time around is he's got all these fancy assassin powers. So now you can actually go do stuff, which is actually enjoyable rather than just like, oh god, I'm Desmond again. So, yeah, that's pretty cool how that's the thing now. So, overall, the gameplay, the graphic-wise, it looks pretty good. Like as you can see here, I'm not sure if you're getting the best review because my recording software is dying. But, this game is actually pretty good for, what it was, pushed on the boundaries of an old-gen console. I mean, I'm playing on new-gen, so it's a little more fancier. But for an old-gen, it's actually pretty nice. The graphics are great. They in this one they actually incorporate a weather system. So as you can see here, it's all a little bit snowy right now. So in the sequence I'm in, sequence 9, things tend a bit snowy. But I mean there are other sequences where it's like summer, spring, autumn, whatnot, and you can see that. And every season has an effect on the gameplay and weather, which is actually really cool how they've done that. And it also makes the game really nice as well. Just like overall, it just makes it more beautiful of a game, which is really cool. Oh, jeez, would you just stop and die? The counter system has been changed as well. As you can see here, I'm somewhat struggling, but, that's because I'm talking and playing at the same time. But, yeah. So the game, it goes over many years. So due to it being going over many years, the game, of course, will go through different seasons and summers and all that. So, hence why there's going to be a lot of change in terms of the elements. But, yeah, it's really cool, like I said, how it changes the gameplay. And also, the game is absolutely massive. It is a massive open world game. There are 4 open areas. So when you get to my sequence 9, you'll get the 4th area. But before then, you'll have Boston, you'll have the Frontier, and you'll also have the Homestead, which is a really cool, awesome area, which I'll be talking more about in a second, once I kill these damn guards. And button mash to the face. And you're dead. Alright, so yeah. Gameplay. So this game is it follows straight after AC Revelations. And since then, the gameplay has actually changed quite a bit. One way in which it has is the parkour system is much more fluid than that of its predecessors. So you can run and jump and do all that much more fluidly than you could in previous AC titles. Another thing is the combat has been revamped. So as you can see, I'm just doing all these counters and all that cool stuff. But one of the awesome features they've added, which unfortunately I haven't got the opportunity to show, is double counters. So when two enemies attack you at once, you can do this like awesome like counter both of them and do some sick ass double assassination. It's really freaking awesome, to be honest. I love it how they've made it a thing. And Duncan was little. Of course he got injured. You always get injured, Duncan. You sleepy bum bum. Okay, right. Also, another thing they've entered in is this Assassin's Creed was the very first Assassin's Creed to add in... What the freaking hell is he doing? This was the first Assassin's Creed to add hunting into the game. So now you can run around, go kill animals, and use that pelt to either sell for money, or you can use the pelt for money. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you hunt to go kill creatures which you can use for money and whatnot, which is actually really cool. The fact that it's a nice little hunting system they've got built into the game. It makes it like just, I guess, adds more things you can do. I mean, in further AC titles, it's expanded on much more than this current one, but it's still a nice feature in terms of money and all that stuff. Oh, and of course I didn't have to do it, I just had to throw that in. Yep, now I'm smart. Anyway, another thing as well they added in this game is naval combat. Yes, this was the first Assassin's Creed to actually implement the naval system. So unfortunately I'm not at my homestead, I can't really show you, but you will get your own ship, I think, Sequence 5, Sequence 6, and then you just go around on the high seas, upgrade your ship, and have a bit of fun just destroying all these ships. It is absolutely awesome. Unfortunately, it's not like that of AC, Black Flag, or Rogue, where you can just go wherever the hell you want. This one's, I think, more mission-based, I believe. So yeah, but that's cool that I've got the naval system and the hunting system in it. And also, the upgrade system is a little different this time around as well. So, in this, as in the predecessors, you would have remembered, like with Ezio, you would have had to like buy the upgrades and whatnot. Well, with Connor, it's a little more different. So, in order to make him a complete badass, you have to upgrade your homestead. And what you go do is you find these people around the place. So, you'll say homestead mission. You go help them, bring them back to your homestead, give them a few favors there, and then bam, eventually they'll be like, hey, I'm willing to sell you certain materials. So what you do is you go to your homestead, there'll be like a little trading thing, and you'll be like, okay, I need to... So you can trade all the stuff they're going to sell you as well. So you can trade it, make some money off it, or you can use the stuff that they can sell you to upgrade Connor. So for example, you can get dual pistol, like double holsters, upgrade your quiver so you can hold more arrows. You can get an upgrade for... what's it called? Your horse? Oh, it's the best upgrade for your horse ever. What you do is you upgrade your horse, right? And you just go up the horse, press B, and it refills all your ammunition. Literally the best upgrade in the entire game. I unfortunately have not unlocked it yet because I haven't got the right homestead member. But you can also use it to build new weapons and whatnot. And yeah, so like I said, it improves Connor and all that other jazz. And you can also create your own brotherhood. So as you would have all probably seen in that little few minutes ago, I was calling in some assassins to back me up. Unfortunately, they're all injured right now, so I can't really use them. But you just hold the LB button, and if they're alive, you can send them on missions to make you money. You can have up to 6 of them. But another cool thing about these assassins is they have special powers. So you can't really tell, but there's Bodyguard, Marksman, Riot, and Assassination. And there's more. I haven't unlocked them all. But I've only got the first 3. There's 6 of them. But it's just absolutely cool how they have these new like features for the assassins. It just makes them a little more interesting compared to that of the previous AC titles and their little brotherhoods that you've got going on. So yeah. Oh, and the last thing about gameplay, which is the one thing I actually hate about this game the most, is the lockpicking. I'm actually going to see if I can't quickly find a chest while I'm getting to the last point, and I can show you how horrible lockpicking is. I think this is like the first Assassin's Creed gameplay. I'm not sure if Ezio's edition had lockpicking. It's been a while since I played the Ezio trilogy. Jeez. But yeah, if this is the first one, it was the worst lockpicking system in the entire universe. Like even Unities and Syndicates and all that was much better than this one. Okay, get down. Come on, Connor. Okay, here it is. We're gonna do some lockpicking. So in order to do this, you gotta like carefully like notch this little bugger in, which is really hard to do, to be honest, because I can't even find the right screw. You gotta wait till it vibrates. Then when you feel the tension, you can put it in. So you can always just put it back in and just look for the tension again, whatnot. Oh, hold on. Wait, there it is. Now I'm gonna get the last one in, and then of course you gotta look for the same one here, and then you've got to start cracking the thing open. Now the reason I hate this is is that. Is if you accidentally pull off the little stick, you got to then find the lock again, redo the lock. It's actually disgustingly horrible. It's like the filthiest lockpick system I've had to experience my entire life. So I hate it very much. So yeah. Anyway, enough of me rambling on about stuff that, you know, is weird. Anyway, point being, next one. So the final point that I wanted to talk about is the multiplayer. So that is back again. That is been around since Brotherhood, and now it's back in AC3. And you've got your classic free-for-all team games, hide in the bush, stab your best friend, stab anyone else, you know, all that cool stuff. But one of the new things they added is a new game mode in AC3, and it's called Wolfpack. And I've actually had some time to play around with this one. It's actually pretty cool. So Wolfpack is a horde-style mode in which you and your mates, or anyone, work as a team in order to assassinate certain NPCs and earn points. And there are about 25 waves to Wolfpack, and they progressively get harder as you progress. And then bada bing, bada boom, you win, and congrats, you're awesome. You know what I mean? So yeah. Oh, hold on, someone wants to fight me. Oh, it's a dog! What the? Oh, shoops. I didn't want to kill the dog. I thought that was a bad person. Yep, I'm a horrible person. Anyway, that is, like, literally everything in this. Well, there's probably more, but I'm going to blabber on for 50 years if I say it otherwise. Anyway, point being is if you like the video, hit the like button, and if you want to see more, please subscribe, and also feel free to give me comments on my feedback in these videos and how to get better. Because I'd love to know, because until I get my recording software, you know. Anywho, that all being said, reasons to why you should get Assassin's Creed 3. Good game. It's a decent Assassin's Creed title. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a great game. It's a decent one. Great story. Oh, actually no, it's an alright story. You got an alright story, great gameplay, and all that. And yeah, it's just overall a really good Assassin's Creed, to be honest. I would say worth just getting it, just for shits and giggles. I mean, you know, it's a free game. I mean, hell, you might even play the multiplayer with your friends and love that. But anyway, overall, I say it's a great game, and I give it 8 out of 10. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, liked it, and I'll see you guys around in the future. Take care, be awesome, and yeah, see you around. I've got plenty of videos on the way, by the way. I've got like Ark and Halo Wars, all that coming out of the way. It's going to be absolutely sick, so stay tuned. Take care.